real-life issues both in and out of the church. This is your opportunity to receive help, direction, and guidance regarding tough topics that affect us all. Join us as we bring clarity to life's most challenging subject matter with the goal of healing, educating, and inspiring. So without further ado, it's time for Let's Talk, Real Talk with Dr. GG.
Well, hello, everyone. Hello. I want to say thank you and welcome to Let's Talk Real Talk. We have none other than my brother, the awesome man, mighty man of God, an awesome brother. I met him a couple of months ago. Well, last month, as a matter of fact, we met last month. And he was doing his thing, you all. I don't think, my husband said it's really hard for me to laugh, for someone to make me laugh. And I'm telling you, this brother right here, he did more than make me laugh. I think I had stomach cramps when I left the show. So I want to welcome and present to some and introduce to others, none other than my brother, Doug Williams, none other than the comedian himself. Welcome to Let's Talk Real Talk, Mr. Doug.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me. How's everything going? How you doing?
We are doing great. Looking forward to the next show that we can catch you on. I've been going on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere looking for your shows. And I'm like, he just cracks me up. I'm just loving it. I love it.
Starting to put a bunch of my clips up on my Instagram. So every 2 days or so, I'm going to put a clip up of my stand-up so people can go there and see different clips of my stand-up.
Well, I appreciate you putting the clips of your stand-up because when I'm feeling down and need a good laugh, I just now go to your page and be like, okay, that is hilarious. Your latest clip really had me rolling. I had to send it to my kids because we always send little clips to help us get through the day at work. And the one that you just did about the older lady asking the gentleman.
Oh.
And you say it is not racist. That was too funny. You all gonna have to go to his page to to listen to it. I can't tell it like my brother can. So I'm not gonna even try. I won't do the injustice to his comedy because it is hilarious. Well, I don't want to do all the talking. I do want to allow you to tell us a little bit about yourself, and we do have some questions. This is Let's Talk Real Talk, so we keep it 100 on here. So whatever God puts on your heart, this is Let's Talk Real Talk, and we want to hear from you. So tell us, let's start off by learning a little bit about Mr. Doug Williams.
Very simple, from Montgomery, Alabama, small town. Actually the capital of Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, the civil rights cradle, Mecca. The civil rights started in Montgomery, Alabama, and just had a dream of going above and beyond Montgomery and into show business and becoming a stand-up comedian. And God blessed me to be able to move out to Los Angeles, and he has been blessing me ever since on this comedic journey. So in a nutshell, that's my story. Now you disappeared. I was seeing you, now I don't see you anymore.
We wanted them to see you. I wanted them to get all of you. Okay. I wanted them to see you. I wanted them to focus on you, what you were saying.
I didn't know.
Yes, sir. So I'll fade in and out on you, so you don't have to worry about that part. I'll fade in and out so that they can see you. I want them to see and hear from you. I don't know if you all caught where he said he from. So that was that was the first thing that really, made me say, yep. Well, he's from Alabama, y'all. He did say he's from Alabama. It's something about them A's. I'm telling you, Alabama is some good people that come from Alabama. I told you all from Alabama. Well, you said you came from Alabama. Now, I know when you first started out, you did not begin in comedy. So at what point did you realize that you was destined to do comedy?
You know what? It's funny because from an early age, I had my mom enrolled me in this contest at the church, and it was a contest to say the 13th Corinthians. First, I can't remember the exact number. I think it's, though I speak with the tongue of men and of angels and have not charity. So she enrolled me in that, and I did really well in the contest. And from that point on, just going to church every Sunday and watch it, just being inspired by the preachers. Because, preachers have the ability to go up, and you go see preachers. Sometimes you're depressed. You don't know how your bills are going to be paid, or we go into church with all kind of things on our mind. Maybe a loved one is sick, and they have the ability to uplift you. No matter how bad times are, they uplift your spirit. So just watching him do that, I said, I want to do that. I just didn't know what form or fashion I was going to be able to do it in, but I knew I wanted to be able to make people forget about their problems and leave feeling better than they did when they came to see me. And it just so happened that it was comedy. I didn't know it at the time, but I thought it would be through rapping, through just, saying raps. I was in a group, and everybody was serious in the group, and all my raps were funny, about fat women in spandex and, eating, taking a date to eat some church's chicken, and they were like, you should do comedy, man. I think you'd be better served for comedy. And then I said, maybe you're right. And that's how I got involved in comedy. I went up on an amateur night, and things took off from there.
Wow. And I am so honored and I say congratulations to you. We're going to take a quick commercial break, you all, and we'll be right back after this quick commercial break, because there are some more questions that we want to get in to my brother. So we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. We are back. We are back. We are back. It is time to laugh, you all. It is time to laugh. I'm telling you, we have none other than my brother, all the way from the lower Alabama, from LA. Now he's really in LA. So you just went from one LA to the next LA. Right. So to God be the glory. Every time someone asks me that, they say, "Where you from?" My husband now know to tell people I'm from LA. And they be like, "What part?" And I be like, "I have no part." So I just go ahead and tell the truth. I'm from Lower Alabama.
Are you from Alabama too as well?
Birmingham, the Magic City.
Okay, well, how I didn't know that. I do so many interviews. I meet so many people that it's hard to connect. But yeah, we right from the same place, right?
Yeah. Great minds think alike, and great people come from the same place. So I want to get back to the interview, because they tell me I do too much talking. So I'm gonna let you start back talking again, my brother. Tell me about, when did that break come for you to be able to go on BET and the different places, Comedy Central, all the different places that you have been on, and be able to meet such great comedians as Bernie Mac and so forth. Can you tell us about when and how did that all take place?
Woo, you just unpacked a lot of stuff. Well, I got to Los Angeles, and when I got here, I knew a few comedians from just doing comedy. So when I got here, I met my now wife, at the time, then girlfriend, and she was doing a show on BET called the Blackberry Inn. I'm going way back. I'm actually dating myself, letting people know how old I am. And while she was doing that show, it was in conjunction with the show Comic View. And so I really wanted to be on that show. So every day she would be in front of the producers of Comic View. And so she really pumped me up, her along with a comedian who passed by the name of D. Militant. And they pumped me up to the executives at Comic View. And that's how I got on Comic View. And from there, it just was a matter of being in the right place in the right time and being led by God to, because, you know, before I got involved with this, I prayed about it and I asked God to direct my path. And he's pretty much been doing that. Everything has happened as a result of, and I don't believe in coincidence and luck and things of that nature, but God has just been guiding me and leading me to the right places and being in the right place at the right time. And you know, it's funny because I was just talking to somebody young a few days ago. I was doing a cruise, and this young guy came up to me after the cruise, and he was talking about success. And I think it's important that the young people learn how to evaluate success, because we evaluate success by materialistic things. Mm-hmm. What kind of car you have, how big is your house, what kind of jewelry do you have on. And one of the great things about comedy to me is that I found something that I love to do, that I'm passionate about. And success, in my humble opinion, is measured in happiness. And so I did not want to be back in Montgomery, Alabama, just working a 9-to-5 job. I wanted to be out traveling the world and doing stand-up comedy. And so that's what I'm doing. So that, to me, is success. And I think we have a screwed vision of success. If God blesses you with a talent that you love to do, and you're able to do that and take care of your family, what more can you ask for in terms of being successful? So, you know, I'm eternally thankful to God for giving me something at an early age that I'm doing, and that I'm having a lot of fun doing, and that I'm enjoying.
See, you jumped to the end of the interview where I was going to ask you what advice would you give to the young people.
I want to know, we're not gonna do no format 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. We'll go back to 2. I'm gonna make.
We're gonna have to mix it up. Then we're gonna do a remix here.
Yes, we're gonna mix it up.
So now with the training, I know you say you started out listening and being in church. Did you receive any formal training? Did you, or is it just ad lib? Do you write your shows out? I mean, your comedy out?
You know, my comedy is just based on life, observational things that happen. I do a lot of relationship comedy. You know, being married, having kids. You know, talking about what it's like to be in a relationship, the ups and downs of a relationship, what makes it work. So just observational and things that are in and out of my life, I like to do on stage. And to me, you know, the best comedy comes from the truth. And so I just try to take the truth and flavor it, put some seasoning on it, and serve it to the audience.
And you do it so well. I be trying to as you saw in the commercial, my husband, we both are authors, and his latest book that just recently came out is It's Time for You to Laugh. It's time to laugh. And I keep telling him he is funny in himself, but he say, I can't do that. I can't do that. I cannot do that. And it's amazing to me how you all are able to do that, to make people laugh. Everyone has, like you say, a certain gift. And when you identify that gift, to be able to use that gift, and you use it well. One of the other questions that, let's talk real talk, as a Christian, how do you be able, because I know other Christian comedians and I know other Christian people that are in the secular industry, and I know the church is not confined to the four walls. So how were you able to go from doing just in the church to other platforms?
I'm glad, you know, that's a good question. See, now, I don't know if you had that written out, if you just thought of that on the spot or what have you. But I don't like that label as a Christian comic, because to me, when you say Christian comic, people automatically think that you're a clean comic and that you only do clean church material. And that's not the case. I always, you know, I joke around I'm a cursing Christian. So sometimes I curse, you know, I'm a Baptist. So that gives me a little leeway. I don't have to be by the book. But, you know, Christian, and when you say Christian, Christians are the most judgmental, the most, sometimes the most harsh people you ever want to meet. And what's funny about that is that we're on the platform of forgiveness and God working with you and trying to get you. But I got that, and then I'm gonna just give you this funny story. You know, I was doing a church, and somebody labeled me as a Christian comedian. I was a Christian comedian, and then they caught me out someplace cursing, and it was like the Christian mafia. You know, they were like, "Hey, we heard you out there cursing, and you know, we're gonna cut you off. If we find out, we hear about you out there cursing again. We hear about you out there doing secular things or whatever." You know, it's almost like they were gonna make a call to God. Hey, take him off the list. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, he's not gonna be able to make it. We're gonna cancel him. So I am a Christian, and you know, and it's funny because a lot of times I'll start my show out by saying that, you know, how many Christians do we have? Everybody, I said, well, you know what? I might say a few curse words, but he who among us who is without sin, let him cast the first. So, you know, I do it all. I do clean comedy. I perform at churches. I do nightclub comedy. But I think that being a Christian is a walk to try to get to a certain destination. And we're all taking that walk. And where I fall, where you're strong, I might fall short. And where I'm strong, you might fall short. So I don't want to be labeled as a Christian comedian, because to me, once you're labeled as a Christian comedian, then any faults that come into play, if you curse or if you do this, you do that, people go, hey, he's not a Christian. But, you know, like I said, I learned to curse from Christians. So
you better come on. This is Let's Talk Real Talk. They don't want to be real. This is Let's Talk Real Talk.
Yeah, you can't get any more.
Yeah, you know, yeah. Mm-hmm. We would leave church sometime, and Grandma would be like, "You don't sit your blank." And
exactly. Or we will leave church. We will pray and leave church and be on the freeway. Look at this. You know, let's not. I don't want to be put in.
Let's talk real talk. Right. I am so glad you said that. And then not only does it, as you were saying, they put a stigma on you or label you, but it limits you when you identify yourself. Because I'm a firm believer that God says that the church is not within the four walls. That the only way sometimes that some people will ever hear and know anything about Jesus or about the Lord is through they may not be, they can relate to you. Because when my husband and I, when we go to the prison, I'm like, I haven't been in the prison, but we have people on our team that has been in prison, that the guys and the ladies sometimes seem to relate more to them because they've experienced it. So by you being able to go into the different arenas, just being a clean Christian comedian, that's not going to work when you go up in the club.
And it's not that it won't work, but you know, I was having a discussion with someone a few weeks ago, and people seem to forget that the holier and righteous people, when Jesus came, you know, I read the Bible. I'm a big time Bible, but when he came, he didn't come, and he said that, you know, they were like, "Why are you hanging out with these people? Why are you going over here?" He said, you know, a doctor doesn't go to people who are well, he goes to people who are sick. So we have to realize that when Jesus was here, the people that criticized him, the people that wanted him to crucify, those were all holy people. Those were all the people, the synagogues, the high priests, and people like that. Those were the people that looked down on Jesus. So we have to be very careful how we look at people and what they're going through, and to judge people, because we're not here for that. We're here to try to help people and be of service to people. And so, you know, I always try to tell people that. That's very important.
I'm so honored. I'm ready. I'm just like, people oftentimes judge a book by its cover. And there are no words. I'm for the first time, I think I'm speechless on the show, because I want to laugh right now, because it's just like joy, just like sitting here talking to you is making me smile, because I know the comedies that the jokes that you've already presented, and when I look at you, I just thought that just want to roll on the floor right here. So, but we're going to finish the interview. We have one more question. We're going to take another quick commercial break. And after this commercial break, we'll be right back, you all, with our wrap up and to thank my brother for coming on and sharing with us today. I truly do thank you for coming on and sharing with us. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break, you all. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. Coming soon to a theater near you. Coming soon to social media. Coming soon to Netflix. Coming soon to BET. Let's talk about where you are going next, my brother. Because on the cruise, you did mention that you're on a mission right now to reach a certain milestone, and I am a firm believer of supporting. Being able to help and to uplift and to encourage and to motivate and to push whoever is out there doing good and for the kingdom and who's in the body of Christ. So tell us about your next adventure that's coming up.
All right. Well, I do want to just say this. Previously when I was talking about, I was joking around about Christians and the judging of, I do clean comedy. I do perform at churches. I just didn't want people to think one thing and then see me in another light and be surprised and caught off guard.
Exactly.
But I was brought up in church. I was inspired to do comedy by pastors. So I don't want to. The whole thing is not to mislead people to think one thing and then they see me. And, man, he was on that show and they're saying he was a Christian, and I came down there and he was cursing and all that other stuff. So.
Oh no, this is Let's Talk Real Talk. I want that we know, I know, and we know that this is Let's Talk Real Talk. No, that's why I said when you're in the club, when you're on the cruise ship, wherever you're at, that when you can't just say that you're a Christian comedian, because that limits you.
Right.
And you don't want to do it, but you don't want to just be stuck within the box. So no, I understand, and I want everyone else. Let's talk real talk. Real talk.
Just lead anybody, and
yeah.
Then you have people coming to see me when I come into town, be like, yeah, let's go see Doug. That's that Christian comedian. He was on that show. And then they be like, wait a minute. So that's all that was.
Just all you need to do is check their attendance, where you're going at. When you go to a comedy show, if it's going to be clean or not. If it's at church, then you can expect it to be clean. But if you're going up in the club and you left the church and you went to the club and you happen to have a show back to back, you went from the church to the club and they go with you.
And all I was saying is, if you go to the club where everybody's shaking and pulling it down and drinking or whatever, you did a check. I bet you, especially a black club, 99.9% of the people in there would just came from church and went to church last Sunday or whatever. The point is, we're all human and we're all here to do the best that we can.
It ain't no judgment on this show. We keep it. Let's talk real talk. 100. But like you say, I was at one point that person, so it's no judgment here. But I do want to talk about your upcoming venture before our time runs out, because I want to make sure that everyone is following your show. Like my dad used to say, you chew up the meat and spit out the bone. Whatever you don't like, from Alabama, we got all kind of sayings. Daddy say, chew up the meat and spit out the bone. What you can't handle, don't even click on it. But if you can look and see what you want to watch. But I do want to support for people to be able to go out and to support you.
Yes. So just go to my social media. We're in an age now where it's about followers. It's about how many people are following you, how big your following is. And unfortunately now it's not so much about talent. It's just about, nobody wants to do the work in trying to make somebody or build somebody up. They want you to already have it. So that's why I stress for people to follow me. because when I go to make deals or when I go try to get a special, the first thing they want to know is, well, how many people are following? So that's why, I stress for people to go to my platforms. On Instagram, it's MrDouglasWilliams. And like I said, every week I'm posting a clip. And these are majority clean clips that I'm posting on social media because I got kids. And that's another thing. I had to, with this age right here, my wife had to remind me, I don't just post anything when I post anything because my kids are watching it.
Yes.
And so, I don't want my kids coming up to me saying, yo, what's up, MF? How you doing? Look, don't be coming up to me, hey, Dad, this is on your clip. This is how you talk. What do you mean? So, yeah, so it's just about following, trying to gain that social media following. And I just want to say, I'm having a blast, though. We have reached the point, my wife and I were just talking about this the other day. We're about to be empty nesters.
Ooh.
And we're trying to rush, we're rushing them out. We got one getting ready to go to college. We about to ship him off. And this other one right here, we're making sure he gets his grades up so he can graduate on time. Because we're about to start dating again. We're about to start hanging again. We're about to turn back the clock. You understand what I'm saying?
Come on now. I understand. We became empty nesters last year. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Is it?
Oh, you almost made me get up and run. It's a beautiful thing, baby.
Walk around the house naked. You ain't got to worry about that.
Somebody better. We're gonna have. That's another show in itself. But yes, so we want to go give the link again, and I'm gonna post it. It'll be running across the screen. You also that you all can get his information to be able to follow.
Yes, Mr. Douglas Williams. And you know what? I'm gonna ask everybody, share the videos. Share the videos because feel the fall. If you find one that's funny. And I do some religious jokes. I do some, I talk about everything. Well, just share the videos, and they're only about a minute long. And share the videos. And I'm just trying to get my name out there. Thankful that you had me on the show, Real Talk. It's funny because I can tell that the majority of your audience is a Black audience because you keep saying keep it 100, you don't you don't come back and define that. Keep it 100. That means tell the truth. We're gonna keep it real for white people. You just said keep it 100, and you
keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. My husband talking about, baby, you can't be saying that. You gotta, he keeps me in line because sometimes I go off on the other side. I'll be like, we gonna back it up to. He say, no, you got to speak proper English, baby. Because we ain't backing up nothing. You gotta back it up. We gonna back up to this verse.
It's good that y'all are working together like that because my wife and I are about to start a podcast. In fact, we have a meeting. I'm glad we talking. See how God works. Yes. We're about to do a podcast together, and we've been working on that, and we got a meeting coming up so we can get that up so people can look for that. We're gonna be doing a husband and wife podcast, and we're actually giving information about working together, running a production company together, and the obstacles that we face on doing projects because we're a smaller production company. And so it's going to be a really, really interesting podcast. But kind of like you and your husband working together on this, well, that's a beautiful thing. Because in one moment, you want to kill somebody. And the next moment, you're like, all right, we're back on there. We got to go. All right, here we go.
we ready.
Yeah, we back.
That right there in itself is a podcast to be able to work together as husband and wife. Anytime you get to work together, that's a podcast, a ministry in itself. We have 1 minute left. Any final closing remarks? Where are you going back out on the ships? Are you going to be on any future cruises or anything you want to leave for us as we in this last minute?
I'm getting ready to post my schedule, DougWilliams.net. And that'll link you to all of my social medias, DougWilliams.net. That's the hub to link you to my thing. I just want to tell people to pursue your dreams. In this life, you never want to look back and say what you should have done or what you started to do. You always want to pursue your dreams, and that's the message that I like to get out to people because I come from a small town, Montgomery, Alabama. I had a vision, a dream of being in show business. There were no outlets to do that, and I didn't let that stop me. I kept God first, and I pushed and persevered. So I just want to tell everybody, always pursue your dreams. I'd rather find something I love to do and never work a day in my life than to be stuck at doing something I hate doing and miserable. So that's my message.
Wow. And that's the way to end. Let's talk real talk. All the way from the L.A., Lower Alabama, now in L.A. Come on, somebody. Well, I truly thank God for you, my brother. I am so honored. Like I say, I'll be getting with your manager because we have to get you to Jacksonville, you and hopefully your wife. If not, then definitely get you all down here at some point to Jacksonville because we need to laugh.
I don't know if it's it, but my son is considering Edward Waters University. So
wow, that is right down the street. So yes, Edward Waters College. Yes, right down the street. So yes, that's on the skip and a hop. So that's right in the heart of Jacksonville. So yes, if he come, then yeah, you all know you got somebody you can hook up and look up. You tell him, hey, this lady gonna keep you straight. Now she from Alabama. So you need somebody to check in on it. But okay. I thank God for you. Thank you. And this is it, you all. Y'all tune in next week. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to follow my brother. Don't forget, let's talk real talk. Come on, y'all. Let's support each other. Let's support one another. Okay, you all. Well, I'll see you all back next Friday. Let's talk real talk. We'll have another special guest. You never know who it might be. It may be you, but let's talk real talk. I'll see you all next Friday. This has been Let's Talk Real Talk with Dr. GG.
Thanks for watching Let's Talk Real Talk with Dr. GG, the television show dedicated to real-life issues both in and out of the church. We pray today's show was a blessing to you. Join us next week as we strive to bring clarity to life's most challenging subject matter with the goal of healing, educating, and inspiring. So until next week, God bless from the Let's Talk Real Talk television show with Dr. GG.